Entitled SIL stole and sold my grandmother's heirloom cookbook for $50, so I ruined her perfect anniversary party. My brother Brett and I used to be inseparable. We'd been best friends since we were kids, building terrible tree houses that violated several safety codes. The only problem? His wife Jillian, who treated me like I was personally responsible for global warming. I'd tried everything to win Jillian's approval. I babysat their twin boys every Friday night while they attended wine tastings where Jillian pretended she wasn't just there for the free alcohol. I fixed their garbage disposal when it started shrieking at 3 a.m. I even ate her cooking experiments that could have doubled as industrial adhesive, but Jillian acted like my mere existence offended her. Brett had developed a supernatural ability to excuse Jillian's behavior. When Jillian forgot to invite me to Brett's surprise birthday party she'd been planning for 3 months, Brett assured me she was just overwhelmed. When she announced at Christmas dinner that I was giving off divorced dad energy because I brought store-bought cookies, Brett laughed like she'd said something clever. Jillian could commit armed robbery, and Brett would compliment her choice of getaway car. 3 weeks ago, Jillian barged into my apartment demanding my grandmother's recipe book, a leather journal filled with 7 decades of family recipes, each page stained with vanilla extract and memories. Jillian was starting a food blog and needed authentic vintage content to monetize. I explained that Grandma Rose had given me that book just before she died 6 months ago. Each recipe included her handwritten notes like Tommy's favorite and doubles perfectly for church potluck. Jillian rolled her eyes and snapped that dead people don't need recipes, and I was selfishly hoarding potential content. When Brett arrived after Jillian texted him that I was being aggressive, he didn't ask questions. He immediately started lecturing me about supporting Jillian's dreams and letting go of the past. He actually called it just some old recipes, while Jillian stood behind him, victorious. I ended up having to kick them both out. Then came Brett and Jillian's 5th anniversary party, an event Jillian had planned with military precision. I decided to make peace by baking Grandma Rose's legendary triple chocolate cake, the recipe that had won 3 county fairs and once made a judge propose to her on the spot. I couldn't find the recipe book anywhere. After ransacking my apartment, I called Brett. The silence stretched so long I checked if we'd been disconnected. Finally, he mumbled something about checking with Jillian. 20 minutes later, Brett appeared at my door looking nauseated. The truth came out in pieces. Jillian had taken the book during a visit 2 weeks ago while I was at work. She'd photographed some recipes, decided that was enough for her blog aesthetic, and sold it on eBay to someone in Portland for $50. Her reasoning, delivered through Brett like he was reading a statement, was that I needed to let go of unhealthy attachments and she needed money for her spray tan. She'd literally traded my family history for orange skin. I stood there, rage building in my chest, while Brett offered weak excuses about Jillian being stressed about the party. Then something shifted. Instead of exploding, I smiled. Don't worry about the cake. I'll handle everything. My baker friend Carlos owed me a favor from when I'd helped him move a commercial oven. When I explained the situation, his eyes lit up with mischievous glee. We spent all night creating Jillian's dream anniversary cake, 5 flawless tiers that looked ready to be professionally photographed. The sugar roses seemed to bloom before your eyes. The gold leaf sparkled like real treasure. It was the kind of cake that made people stop mid-conversation to stare. The foundation? Reinforced cardboard covered in just enough frosting to look legitimate. The filling between layers was mostly shaving cream mixed with food coloring. The gorgeous chocolate ganache drip, hair gel mixed with cocoa powder. Carlos had outdone himself with the structural engineering, ensuring it would hold together until that crucial first cut. Loading the masterpiece into my car this morning, I thought about Grandma Rose. She used to say the best recipes weren't just about ingredients, they were about intention. This cake definitely had intention, but the question that kept circling my mind was if Brett would finally recognize what his wife had become when her perfect party became a disaster. Either way, Grandma Rose would have appreciated the irony. Jillian wanted authentic family recipes. She was about to discover that in our family, revenge was a dish best served as a 5-tiered architectural nightmare. What would you have done? The full story might change your answer.